Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Alexis Bellino reveals plastic surgery regrets after last-minute pre-wedding boob job. The RHOC alum spoke candidly about her cosmetic work and the issues it caused throughout the years. Alexis Bellino underwent a breast augmentation as she prepared to tie the knot with John Jansen. The Real Housewives of Orange County alum confirmed the procedure less than 2 weeks after her rustic wedding in Laguna Beach, California, explaining why she didn't postpone the surgery until after the ceremony. "I'm going in for this last-minute boob, not really an emergency, but kind of an emergency boob job," she recalled during a recent appearance on the 2TS in a podcast. "I didn't want to have them done again. But by the way, they look smaller, hey." The podcast hosts, RHOC's Tamra Judge and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddy Mellencamp, agreed and complimented Alexis' new look. "I had a reconstructive boob job done because here's why: my left side had encapsulated, so it was getting hardened and growing up here," Alexis explained. "It was starting to grow up under my chin. That wouldn't look good in a wedding dress," Tamra jokingly added. "But then, also, guess what happened?" Alexis continued. "My implant ruptured. It was kind of an emergency, but not really. Like, I wasn't gonna die." Alexis opened up about the surgery during a May interview with People magazine, saying she had received multiple breast augmentations since she was 19 years old. The mother of 3 said she got her implants replaced in 2008, but began experiencing concerning symptoms around 2022. Her doctors determined that the scar tissue around the breast implant had hardened, resulting in tightness and discomfort. Alexis said she had her boobs corrected that same year, however, the symptoms popped up again 6 months later. "Most of the time, when you have it, it does keep recurring," she said about the condition. Although she was experiencing shooting pain in her breast, Alexis refused to have surgery again unless it was vital. She ultimately had a change of heart this year as her symptoms intensified. "My left breast started to raise and swell to the point where not only is it uncomfortable and hard, but now it's actually noticeable in photos," she told the outlet. "I was feeling numbness and tingling in my arms. I kept telling John, you know how your arm falls asleep when you're lying on it? I wasn't even lying on it. It was just constantly falling asleep. I just knew I had to do something about it." Alexis said she had the corrective surgery on April 15, which is when her doctor also discovered the aforementioned rupture. She said she considered going implant-free, but decided against it after a conversation with her surgeon. "My doctor said, you have 0 breast tissue, so you will not only have scars everywhere for all of the skin, but you will be completely flat," Alexis recalled. "So I was like, okay, I don't know if I can live with that, so we'll just take our chances and pray." The doctors ultimately removed Alexis' old implants and replaced them with smaller ones. They also inserted surgical mesh to reinforce her new implants. "I went smaller. So Jesus Jugs is going down," she joked. "I'm sure Tamra can come up with another nickname. It'll be Little Jugs or Jesus Jugs Jr. I don't know." Fast forward to October 31, when Alexis confirmed she was still dealing with implant issues. She posted a video from inside her bathroom, revealing the surgical drains under her shirt. "So no one has known this, but I want to be very, I guess, open or honest about getting boob jobs. It's my 4th or 5th boob job," she said before touching her left breast. "This boob is not happy about anything. 5 months later, I had to put bags in. I'm just letting you know, don't get anything. I've told all my daughters, there's no boob jobs happening. Stay true, keep yourself, no plastic surgery." You don't need to get a boob at 19 or 20. Alexis expanded on her plastic surgery journey in the lengthy caption, saying she regretted getting breast implants at a relatively young age. I would have waited until after I had kids. I wish I could have been stronger back then, she wrote. So what my now self would tell my younger self is, Alexis, you are good enough no matter the words teenagers throw at you. You are strong. You will make it past all of this and you will regret it if you change your body now. Wait. Be patient. Don't listen to the noise and haters calling you pancake. Just be you. Alexis Bellino has never shied away from honesty. Whether she was navigating high-drama friendships on The Real Housewives of Orange County or showing the world her bold return to love after heartbreak, the fan-favorite star built a legacy on glamour, vulnerability, and a willingness to tell the truth. But recently, Alexis opened up about a decision she wishes she could take back, one made in a whirlwind moment before walking down the aisle years ago. Her revelation is both relatable and cautionary, a last-minute pre-wedding boob job that ended up becoming one of her greatest cosmetic regrets. This story is not just about plastic surgery. It is about the pressure to be perfect, the lessons learned through self-reflection, and the strength to admit regret even when the world expects confidence. And as Alexis shares her journey, she invites a conversation far beyond the world of reality TV. It is a story of beauty, womanhood, and the quiet ache of wishing one had listened to her own heart. Alexis remembers the hectic blur leading up to her wedding day. For many brides, final weeks are filled with cake tastings, dress fittings, and vow writing, but for Alexis, the countdown included something much more extreme, a surgical clock ticking against her nerves. During a recent interview, she painted a vivid picture of that time, an emotional fog made of excitement, anxiety, and the persistent voice telling her she needed to be just a little bit better before she stood before her partner. It was a voice that whispered that her body wasn't quite enough, that small change could create bridal bliss. The timing was wild, barely enough to heal before the ceremony, and yet, she went through with it. Her decision was not rooted in vanity, she explained, but in insecurity. Once a confident model and gym enthusiast, Alexis had always been comfortable embracing beauty enhancements. But this time felt different. It wasn't about empowerment, it was about pressure, the kind that creeps into the cracks of self-esteem. Looking back, she sees that the choice should have been hers alone, but external expectations weighed heavily. The surgery itself went smoothly. The results were exactly what the doctor promised: bigger, fuller breasts designed to fill out the bodice of her wedding gown. But the emotional impact arrived later, and it hit with quiet force. Alexis felt almost immediately disconnected from her body, as if she had borrowed a silhouette belonging to someone else. Though guests raved about her appearance on her wedding day, that praise only echoed the discomfort she felt inside. In the years that followed, the implants became a lingering reminder of a moment when she didn't fully trust her instincts. While she tried to embrace them for what they were, an aesthetic upgrade, she could never fully shake the feeling that she had crossed her own boundary. She eventually chose to have the implants removed, a decision she now credits as one of the healthiest choices of her adult life. It was not only about correcting the past but reclaiming a sense of ownership over her body. She wanted her reflection to match who she was becoming, not the person she felt pressured to be. Alexis's story resonates deeply with thousands of women who have faced similar decisions. Social pressures around beauty are suffocating, especially for public figures. Women are expected to be glamorous yet natural, confident yet humble, ageless yet authentic. The impossible standards draw a thin line between empowerment and self-doubt, and Alexis walked that line until it nearly tripped her. Her honesty in sharing this regret is part of a larger shift in celebrity culture. More women in the public eye are speaking frankly about cosmetic procedures, both the empowerment they can offer and the regret they sometimes bring. Alexis's account is not anti-surgery. She remains open about cosmetic enhancements and supports anyone seeking to feel their best. Her regret lies not in the idea of plastic surgery itself but in the timing and motivation behind her decision. Her message is simple: make changes for yourself, not others, and never make them in a rush. She also reflected on the emotional transformation that accompanied her physical journey. Removing the implants became symbolic of her evolution. She let go of unrealistic expectations and embraced a softer, more grounded relationship with her body. Her confidence today is rooted not in perfection but in self-respect. This chapter also coincides with a period of renewed joy in her romantic life. Alexis has found happiness again after heartbreak, and this new love comes without the pressure she once felt to physically alter herself. This partner adores her just as she is, a validation that, while not required, feels healing. As she prepares for a new stage of life, possibly another walk down the aisle, Alexis approaches beauty and wellness with clarity. If she makes changes, they will be planned, thoughtful, and entirely her choice. There will be no more rushed surgeries, no more exterior-driven decisions. She is guided now by intuition rather than expectation. Her story is also empowering to younger women who grew up watching her on Bravo, many now facing their own pressures around beauty. By discussing her regrets publicly, Alexis destigmatizes the conversation. She reminds women that it is never too late to change course, to admit a mistake, or to choose themselves. She also underscores the importance of body literacy. Recovery from surgery takes time. True confidence takes longer. And wedding jitters are never a reason to change your body. The beautiful irony is that the wedding guests never knew her secret. She would have looked unforgettable regardless, because the real radiance came from her happiness, not the surgery. Today, Alexis uses her platform to encourage others to slow down. Beauty decisions should be thoughtful, researched, and internally motivated. Whether someone chooses implants, injectables, or nothing at all, the choice is theirs. Regret comes not from altering your body, but from doing so for the wrong reasons. Alexis's honesty has reinvigorated her relationship with fans, who admire her transparency. In an era defined by image, there is something brave about admitting you did something and wish you hadn't. She may always be remembered for her glamorous RHOC days, but now she is building a legacy that extends beyond diamonds and designer gowns. Her journey reminds us that beauty is not defined by symmetry or size. It is defined by how we feel inside our own skin. And sometimes, the bravest thing a woman can do is say, I made a choice. I learned. I grew. Alexis Bellino has done just that. And in sharing her story, she gives permission to countless others to do the same.